Hello and welcome back to another episode of Don't Call Me Skinny. Happy Monday. I'm excited to be here with you today. I'm just getting over this whole it's podcast day. It's a little late. I don't really care. I'm going to put out a podcast when I want to put out a damn podcast and when I have capacity for it. So I'm really excited because I have a few things up my sleeve. Obviously, Fat Loss Basics is my baby, and she's rocking it out today. We had a check-in call this morning, and kind of something that I'm noticing a lot there is just trying to plan can be really difficult. And so I think this week that's what our Wednesday topic is going to be about. So if you're struggling with planning and you would like to get on this call with me, all you got to do is shoot me a message, and you can either DM me or anything like that. And I'm going to let you in on this call. We're going to talk about how to plan better for meals and food and things like that. I'm going to create some stuff for you guys. So if you're interested, you're going to join for free. I want you to guys see what a Fat Loss Basics call is all about when I get on there on Wednesday. So I hope to see you on that call. All you got to do again is just reach out and say, hey, what's that thing? I need the link to get on this call, and I will let you in on this one call, just one call. Okay. And so we're not even going to talk about that today, but we are talking about creatine. And I feel like right now in this space, creatine is causing problems. People are super fucking confused. They don't know what they're supposed to do. Do I use it? Do I not? But I'm not a bodybuilder. But my doctor's saying that my creatine levels are way too high, which is very abnormal. And a lot of people are confusing creatine with creatine. And it's just not the same thing. And so many people will be like, I have to stop taking creatine because my levels are too high. And it's not even the same thing. Creatine. Okay. So it's not creatine, and it's a different type of thing in our body. So let's talk about what it is, who it's for, how it works. Should you use it? Should you not use it? What if you have certain things that you should be staying away from this particular supplement? Okay. So let's talk about exactly what creatine is. So creatine is a compound found in our body, right? It's mainly found in our muscles, in the muscle tissue, but you could also find this in your liver, in your kidney, and also in your brain. And a lot of the research we're coming out now, the cognitive research that's coming, it's just wild what creatine is doing for our brain itself, okay? And creatine is made of 3 amino acids. It's I probably don't say like half this shit right, so just bear with me. It's arginine, glycine, and methionine. I don't even know. Guys, I can't pronounce half this shit. Like half those amino acids, it's glutamine is what I got. But anyways, so, and about 95, like I said, about 95% is what's stored in our muscle tissue, and the rest is stored between our brain, our liver, our kidneys, those kinds of things. And the thing that I want everybody to know from jump is that creatine is not a steroid. This was so popular back in the 90s, and it was really popular in the bodybuilding area where it was like, oh my God, they're getting buff from all the creatine that they're taking, and it's like a steroid, and oh my God, people are getting so buff. And really all it actually does is pulls water into the muscle. And so the whole purpose of that is to fill the water, or excuse me, to fill the muscle with fluid. And what it actually does is it makes your muscles look full. Honestly, it makes your muscles look full. Like if you've ever seen somebody with a really good pump, right? Water is pulled into that muscle. It helps it recover, all sorts of stuff. And that's what's actually happening. Okay. That is what it's doing. Okay. And anytime that we move our bodies, okay? Anytime that we're doing something, like we get up from our chair, we go to the gym, we are going on a walk, right? The first 6 to 10 seconds of that movement, or the energy output that we're doing, okay, is made up by phosphocreatine, which is what it is. It's what it turns into when it's in our cells, in our muscles, and in our tissues, okay? And it's our energy. It's literally part of what is fueling the energy behind what we are doing. Okay. So, this is a huge thing. With if you're doing any kind of movement whatsoever. So even just getting up to walk, this is movement. Brushing your teeth, this is movement. The first 6 to 10 seconds of that movement is fueled by creatine. Now, a couple of things that we need to know about creatine. Okay. Creatine, technically is something that our body can reproduce as long as we're consuming enough protein. So obviously a big issue that we're having in general in health and wellness is not enough protein consumption. Okay. That is across the board, men and women. Most women don't even know what the fuck a protein source is. And they maybe eat 50 to 60 grams, honestly, a day. Okay. Trust me, I work with these women, right? And understanding that there's around 100 grams of creatine that are constantly stored in your body. And then what we're doing is as we utilize it, it breaks it down. And then your body again can replenish stuff that is used only if you're consuming enough protein. Now, somebody like me who consumes far more protein than what my body actually needs, I still take a creatine supplement because I do move a lot. I am constantly on the go. So my body is constantly using that creatine that is stored. And I want to make sure that I have maximum stores. I want maximum stores in my body at all time. And that is why I take this supplement. Okay. So something that people need to also understand is that this is one of the most studied supplements literally out on the market. It is the most safe, the most studied. There's been over like 1,000 humanized studies. So human, not in mice, not in fucking rats, not in fucking monkeys or anything else, but in actual human in the last couple of decades. So it is the most studied. It is the most safe. So let's talk about safe. Who is creatine good for? Who should be taking creatine, right? If you are an athlete, if you train, okay, especially for those people that are like athletes and you are constantly, like maybe you run half marathons and maybe those kinds of things, you should be taking creatine. My athletes, my teen athletes are taking it. Okay. It's showing that it's safe and effective. And I want to be super clear. I'm not telling you to go pump yourself or your children with this supplement, but I do want you to understand that the research has been showing that it is still safe for adolescents. In fact, it's coming back with some really, really good stuff as far as even helping. Remember that brain stuff I talked about, the cognitive area? It's actually coming back. Some of the new research that they're having is showing a prevention of, what's that thing called? Football. Oh, God. What's concussion? There we go. I knew I'd get there. Okay. It's showing prevention of concussion. So if you're a football player, hockey player, soccer player, and your children are doing these things, this is something that you may want to consider talking about, having a conversation about. I'm not really sure. This is where it becomes really tricky. Everybody's going to say, go talk to your doctor. Go talk to your doctor about it. Doctors typically don't know a lot about this supplement unless they have done their heavy research on it. Okay. So this is where it gets a little complicated, where I'm not telling you to take this supplement, but I'm also going to tell you like something that you should probably have a conversation about. Oops. Or, you know, like just that's, yeah. Okay. If you're a vegetarian or a vegan, the likelihood that you're getting enough protein and that quality of protein is solid, that you should be, this will get you that maximized creatine store. And so that's where we can see those benefits for somebody that might not be getting, that kind of intake of amino acids. So keep in mind, oftentimes, amino acids that are found in all the vegan and vegetarian foods, they're not a full profile. That comes from the meat that we consume. Things like the eggs, your beef, chicken, steak, that would be beef, I guess, right? Your fish, those kinds of things. That's where you're getting a full amino acid profile, and it's quality aminos. Sometimes there is a breakdown where it's not the best quality in the vegan and vegetarian foods. It's not me telling you, oh my God, I can't believe you're vegan or vegetarian. I'm just telling you what the research is showing us, okay? And to be super honest and transparent, even those of us like me that eat a fuck ton of meat, right? We don't eat enough because in order to just get 5 grams, which is your like average, is what a dose is going to be if you're taking creatine monohydrate. In order to get 5 grams, just 5 grams, you have to eat over 2 pounds of rare beef. And I say rare beef because the creatine will break down as you cook it. So when I say things like, if you're eating a hamburger, you're going to get in some of that creatine. But if you're eating a hamburger that's well done or mostly cooked, you're not going to get a full amount of that creatine coming from that hamburger. So you're going to have to adjust yourself a little bit, and understand, like, this is where that supplement comes from. Okay. You'd have to eat over, almost 3 pounds of cod and almost 2.5 pounds of salmon. And that's at one. Sorry guys. Let me go shut that off for a second because it's going to keep going off. Okay. So that's when I say that's like, I'm not eating 2 pounds of beef, especially rare beef, a day. I don't eat any fish. So that's also why I take an omega-3 supplement, even though this is not what this podcast is about. Okay. So it's just understanding, like, vegans and vegetarians, in order for you to have your maximized creatine stores that are going to be super important for training, just for energy movement in general, this could benefit you, right? They are now also starting to see, like I said, cognitive. So this is older adults. This can help support muscle preservation as well as help support the cognitive piece. Okay. So this is far beyond just if you're in the gym training and getting in those few extra reps. And I think something else to note about creatine is this is not something that you're going to start taking and you're going to see a drastic change the next day. This is something that is going to be a long-term, over a long period of time. It is where you're going to start seeing those benefits. But let's talk about who should not be taking creatine. Okay. Right here. People with any kind of kidney disease, anything going on with the liver, should not be taking any of these. Okay. Creatine does not cause kidney problems. Okay. It does not cause kidney problems, especially in those that already have healthy, functioning, properly kidneys. Okay. But if your kidney function is already compromised, you should not take this. Same with your liver. If your liver is already compromised, creatine is not ideal for you. So here's a primo example though. While my mom has some cognitive things going on that she probably should be taking some type of creatine, she doesn't move her body enough. She doesn't eat enough protein. Okay. And she's older and she has some cognitive. So there's 3 things right there that she could benefit from taking creatine. Okay. However, she has 1 kidney. And while the kidney functions appropriately, I say risk is not worth that reward for her. So I do not advise her to take that supplement. Okay. Now, if she had both kidneys and they function appropriately, I absolutely would tell her she needs to take the supplement. However, again, I'm not telling her to do that. Okay. So here, another person that doesn't want to take the supplement is if you cannot drink enough water. Also, another reason I would tell my mom not to drink it. She does not drink, or not to take it. She doesn't drink enough water. Okay. Creatine utilizes water. Okay. And dehydration can lead to cramping. It can lead to, some people complain about GI distress, like, oh, it made my bowels hurt, or cramping, or bloated, or all these things. That is a problem. So if you cannot drink enough water throughout your day, and typically you're talking a good solid 80 and above for what you need to drink, 80 ounces and up, that is going to, that you're, just don't take it. It's not worth it. And then people, like I said, who are expecting to get instantaneous results. Creatine is something that is a long-term goal. It is a long-term solution. And I don't even think it's a solution so much as it is just a benefit, long-term benefit, right? This is just going to build results over time. This is not going to be something like I said earlier, that you're going to take today and tomorrow you're going to be lifting, massive amounts and your muscles are going to be ginormo. Okay. So there's that, right? Some questions that people typically have about creatine is loading. Okay. Do I need to load it? Now, this is what I mean. When I say it's a loaded supplement, this is what I mean. You have to take it every fucking day. Like, you can't skip a day. It doesn't matter the time of day that you take it. You don't have to take it the same exact time every single day. I typically do, just because I put in my pre-workout and I call it a day. Some people are saying now, like, oh, caffeine can affect blah. It's not enough right now for me to stop doing this. So The research isn't there for me, but I put in my pre-workout every fucking day. So I'm within a couple hours of taking it every single day at the same time. On Sundays, when I use no pre-workout, I take a pill form of it. It doesn't matter whether powder pill, it doesn't fucking matter. So when I say it's a loaded supplement, that's what I mean. If you stop taking it, it depletes your stores, and then you kind of have to quote unquote start over again to start building up your stores. Now, you can load the supplement, and what this means is you could take 7 days where you're at 15 to 20 grams a day and then go down to 3 to 5 grams a day. Okay. I don't find it necessary. If for me personally, this is a long-term supplement. This is something that I take daily for years and years and years. I don't need to like overload my system to get my stores up super high. Maybe athletes, maybe that would be a benefit for somebody like that. But again, for me, even with my athletes, I just have them take 3 to 5 grams a day, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing crazy. Okay. 3 to 5 grams every single day. That's what we're doing. Again, that 15 to 20 grams a day for 7 days. It's going to get your stores increased faster, but you could also, again, more GI issues or you not having enough water and becoming dehydrated. Like, that is wild. I just don't see it necessary. I just don't see it's necessary. Okay. My own personal opinion on that one. So 3 to 5 grams every single day. Within 3 to 4 weeks at that level, you're going to have your stores up where they need to be. Okay. So that's obviously the goal. Okay. What kind of creatine? Do not fall for the fancy gimmicky fucking bullshit. It's creatine monohydrate, unflavored, very easy, simple. There is no gimmick shit here. We don't need to overcomplicate or fancify or do anything else. It's creatine monohydrate, done and done. Okay. And then obviously people always say, oh, the weight, the scale goes up. Oh my God, every time. Yes, because it's water weight. It's water weight. What did I tell you creatine does? It takes water and takes it where? Into your muscles, and it makes them look more full. Okay. It saturates them. Okay. What do you think is going to happen if more water is staying into your muscle? Weird, right? The scale is going to go up. And this is where you have to understand weight gain is not the same as fat gain. Okay. The scale weight can go up and you not gain fat. Okay. This is where this could be, detrimental to somebody who is so scale focused that they cannot get out of their own way, that they cannot see past anything, and they get all crazy. Okay. So anyways, so this is just kind of cool. How we can utilize creatine, if it's for you, if it's not for you. Honestly, it's really every individual person dependent kind of thing. What I know and what I see every single day is just more and more divisive research that comes out, not even divisive, I guess it's more like solid research that comes out and says that this supplement is one of the safest supplements, one of the most studied supplements. Okay. People are fucking so scared of creatine, but they have no problem buying into the GLP-1 pills now that you can take. And it's like, oh my God. And you don't even know what the fuck's in that shit. I mean, creatine is creatine. It's amino acids. It's shit that your body already naturally has and or gets from food that you put into it. Okay. That's it. So, that's kind of what I kind of wrap up with. So if you're not sure if you should be taking creatine, you can reach out, let me know. I'd be happy to have that discussion with you to figure out, is this for you? Is this something that you should or should not be doing? But again, if you already know that you have a liver or a kidney problem, the answer is absolutely not. I do not recommend, do not suggest taking creatine. Okay. All right, you guys, don't forget, if you want in on the planning session that we are going to be doing on Wednesday evening at 6:30, all you got to do is hit me up and say, hey, can I get the link for the planning session with your group coaching program? I would love to get you in and get you, get a plan for you, help you create this for yourself. Okay. I will catch you on the next episode. Have a great Monday.